talk about markup prices. All right, we all love discounts. We don't like markup so much, but I always say that when you go into a store and say you buy a sweater or a pair of rollerblades or anything, do you think that's what the store actually paid for it? Is what they're selling it to you for? No, they're going to mark up their prices. They need to make money, right? They'd be silly not to. So when we're talking about markup prices, to figure out what our markup price is, we're going to take our original price, okay, how much the store paid for it, plus our markup percentage amount. Just like I did with discounts, I'm going to underline that amount, okay? It's not the percent, it's the actual amount. So let's look at these. I'm getting right into some examples. It says number 1, Billy purchased a new shirt from Sears. Pretty sure they're not around anymore, but Sears was always around when I was younger, so. Sears bought the shirt for $25. Okay, so they purchased the shirt for $25. And again, they do a markup. They're going to sell it to you for a little bit more. They need to make some money. So they mark up all of their merchandise by 20%. So the question is, how much am I actually going to pay for this? The one thing I also wanted to talk about last week too that I kind of forgot to mention is don't forget, all these prices are before taxes. Okay? So once you get to the register, it might be that amount, and then there might be taxes added on top of that, which is about 7% in New York State. But don't forget, this is before taxes. Okay? So then, we need to figure out basically what 20% of our original price is. Okay? Or $25. So what we're going to do is we cannot multiply by a percent. We know that, so we change this to a decimal. To the left, to the left. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. So move this over to the left twice, and I would get 0.20. You can also put that 0 in front if you want it. And then what I do is I multiply. I take my $25 and I multiply it by my 0.20%. Again, if you need to pause this at any time, because I'm going too quick, please feel free. I have all this work done already, so I know the answer's here. But when I multiply it, I get $5. Okay? So again, don't stop here. Think about it if you were a store owner. You bought something for $25, and you want to know how much you're going to charge the customer. Would you only charge them $5? I hope not. If not, I'm coming to shop at your store all the time. Okay? We want to mark it up. So what are we going to do with these two numbers right here? We're going to add these two numbers together to figure out what we're actually charging the customer. So $25 plus $5. Do you have to necessarily put the zeros at the end since they're zeros? Not necessarily. But in total, what I'm going to charge the customer, or what I'm going to put on that price tag, is $30. Again, as a customer, you purchase this for $30. You're going to go up to the register and get a little bit more because of sales tax, but at least you have an idea of how much you will be charged. Number 2. Here we go with Sears again. They purchased a Weber grill for $319.05. Okay? They also mark up all their products. They need to make some money, and they mark it up 33% before they put it out on the floor to be able to be sold to customers. Okay? So what Sears wants to know is, how much am I actually going to charge the customer? Just like we figured out in number 1. All right? So first thing I need to know is, I know I'm marking up this $319.05 by 33%. So I need to multiply, but I cannot multiply by a percent. So I'm going to change that to a decimal. Again, to the left, to the left. So 0.33 or 0.33. And then I know I can multiply that. I take the price that I originally spent on it. I multiply it by 0.33 because that's how much I'm marking it up. Okay? When I multiply those two numbers, I got 105.2865. Again, what are we talking about? We're talking about money. So we know 2 decimal places. Again, as I always say, it depends on your rounding rules and what your other math teachers have taught you. I always accept a couple cents up or down. I use my rounding rules. So I know I'm worried about this 8, so I'm going to look at the number after. It's 6. That 6 is going to make that 8 go up to a 9. So I said $105. Oops. $105.29. Okay? Again, if I look at this, I know that's not necessarily how much I'm charging the customer, because that would be below what I paid for the item. So what do I need to do? I'm going to add my original price plus my markup together. So I added $319.05 plus my $105.29. Okay? And when I added those, I got a total of $424.34. That is how much the customer would pay. There's one more I want to look at with you. And I hope you kind of realize the difference between last week and this week. Last week we did discounts. We were subtracting. All right? There's items marked off a certain percent. This week we're doing the marked up. So that's why we're adding, which makes sense. So, number 3. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm letting you go on your own. Number 3 says Ace True Value purchased a swing for $228.99. So $228.99. Okay? And they marked their products up by, they're really nice actually, I guess. They only marked their products up by 5.2%. Okay? So we want to know how much is the customer going to end up paying. Again, same thing. We know that we need to figure out what 5.2% of this number is. So we know that we need to change this percent to a decimal. The reason why I want to do this one with you is because some people say, oh, there's already a decimal in there, so it's all set. I can just drop the percentage. No, you still got to change it to a decimal. You still got to follow the rules of Beyonce. To the left, to the left. Okay? So move this to the left twice. 1, 2. Don't forget, I got nothing there, so what do I have to put in? A 0. So really, this is my decimal. It'll be 0.052. Okay? Same thing as we did before. Now we're going to multiply. $228.99 times our 0.052. Again, I already have these down, so when I multiplied, I got a total of, I actually got 11.90748 on my calculator. I know it's money. I can only go 2 decimal places. So I look at that 7 to figure out my second decimal place. 5 or higher is a score. 4 or less, let it rest. So I brought that to $11.91. If you had $11.90 and kept it that way, I'm fine with that also. Okay? Then I know this is not what I'm charging the customer. I hope not, otherwise you're getting a really good deal. But I know I need to take how much I paid plus my markup. So I'm going to add these two together. So my $228.99 plus my $11.91. And I got a total of $240.90 of what I'm charging the customer. Okay? So like I said, I do 3 of them together with you. The rest you're on your own. I didn't leave you that many problems to do. If you have any questions, you need anything, please reach out to me. If any of you want to do a separate Google Meet, I'm more than happy to do that. Or make sure to check into our regularly scheduled Google Meets too and ask any questions that you need. Miss you guys. Hope you're doing good.